Has someone you love started communicating in ways that feel different, perhaps subtle, almost unspoken? The truth is, sometimes the most profound messages are sent not through words, but through quiet shifts in how we connect. Many people assume communication remains constant, or that changes only signal confusion. But often, the body and mind send quiet warnings through new patterns of interaction, months before life reaches its final stage. Families often miss these crucial signs, dismissing them as mere aging or fatigue. It's only later, looking back, that they realize the clues were there all along, leaving a painful regret that they couldn't respond with deeper understanding when it mattered most. In this video, we're going to talk about 4 key signs that often appear in the year leading up to a loved one's passing, specifically focusing on how their communication shifts. Some of these might be things you've noticed, but weren't sure how to interpret. Others might be changes that seem minor but actually signal profound internal processes. Recognizing these signs early gives you the opportunity to truly understand what your loved one is conveying, even when words fail. We'll explore what each of these shifts means for the individual, and most importantly, how you can respond with compassion and clarity. Understanding these unspoken languages early gives you the opportunity to provide better care, to cherish meaningful moments, and to ensure that your loved one's final stage of life is filled with comfort, dignity, and peace. Stay with us until the end, because these 4 signs can help you prepare emotionally and practically for what's ahead. When you understand what's happening, you won't be caught off guard. Instead, you'll be able to make the most of the precious time you have left, fostering a connection that transcends words, leaving no room for regret. Have you ever been talking to a loved one, perhaps sharing a story or asking a question, and noticed their eyes gently close? It's a common observation, one that often leads us to wonder if they're simply tired, bored, or perhaps even drifting off to sleep. We might gently prompt them, "Are you listening?" or "Did you hear me?" But what if this seemingly simple act of closing their eyes holds a deeper, more profound meaning? What if it's not just about fatigue, but a subtle yet significant shift in how they process the world around them? This quiet gesture can be one of the earliest unspoken signals the body sends, inviting us to look beyond the obvious and understand the profound internal journey taking place. When an elderly person begins to close their eyes while listening or speaking, it's often a physiological response, a natural instinct to conserve precious energy. As the body gradually winds down, every system, including the brain, requires more effort to function. Processing external sensory information, the sights, sounds, and movements around them, demands a significant amount of energy. By closing their eyes, they effectively reduce this external input. This allows their brain to redirect its limited resources inward, focusing solely on the words being spoken or the thoughts they are trying to form. It's a way for the body to create a quieter, less demanding internal environment, making it easier to concentrate, to listen intently, or to gather the strength needed to formulate a response. It's not a sign of disengagement, but rather an indication of profound internal work. Beyond the physical, this act of closing the eyes also reveals a deep emotional and experiential landscape. For many, it becomes a sanctuary, a quiet retreat from a world that can feel increasingly overwhelming. When external stimuli are lessened, the individual can better focus on their inner thoughts, memories, or even find moments of peace. It's an inward shift, a turning away from the demanding realities of their surroundings to a more contemplative space. They might be processing what you've said, recalling a distant memory, or simply finding a moment of calm. This isn't a sign of disinterest in you or the conversation. Rather, it's a necessary form of self-preservation, a way to manage the intense effort required for daily interactions and to seek comfort within themselves. For family members, witnessing a loved one close their eyes during conversation can be disheartening. It's easy to misinterpret this behavior as a lack of engagement, a sign of boredom, or even a subtle form of rejection. We might feel unheard, unappreciated, or even frustrated that they aren't paying attention. It's natural to long for the direct eye contact that once signified connection and understanding. However, it's crucial to remember that this is not a personal slight. Their reduced capacity for external engagement is a part of their body's journey, not a reflection of their love or their desire to connect with you. Understanding this distinction can help alleviate feelings of hurt or confusion, allowing you to approach these moments with greater compassion and patience. So how can you respond to this new way of communicating? The most powerful approach is to meet them where they are. Instead of demanding eye contact or questioning their attentiveness, try to speak softly, clearly, and with a gentle, reassuring tone. Allow for comfortable silences, giving them ample time to process information and formulate a response, even if their eyes remain closed. You might offer a gentle touch, a hand squeeze, or simply sit quietly nearby, letting your presence be a source of comfort without expectation. Remember, the goal isn't always to elicit a verbal response, but to convey love, safety, and understanding. By adapting your approach, you can foster a deeper connection, ensuring they feel cherished and heard, even in their inner world. Have you noticed that a loved one's conversations are becoming shorter, or perhaps they use simpler sentences than before? It's common to observe an elderly person starting to communicate with fewer words, or even repeating certain phrases and questions. At first, it might be easy to dismiss this as mere forgetfulness, or a sign of losing their mind. But this shift is often much more than that. It's a natural adaptation the body and mind make as they prepare for life's final stage. This isn't necessarily a sign of disinterest or a lack of understanding, but rather a profound change in how thoughts are processed and expressed. Understanding this new economy of words can transform how you connect and respond. The physiological reasons behind simplified language and repetition are rooted in the brain's natural slowdown. As overall health declines, the brain, like other organs, conserves energy. This means that processes that once felt effortless, such as recalling specific words, constructing complex sentences, or maintaining a long train of thought, now require significant effort. Think of it like a computer running many programs at once. As its power wanes, it must prioritize essential tasks, making others slower or harder to access. Word retrieval, the ability to pull a specific word from memory, becomes more challenging. The individual may grasp the general idea but struggle to articulate it precisely, leading to simpler, more direct expressions, or the use of familiar, repetitive phrases that require less mental exertion. For the individual experiencing these changes, every word can carry an immense, unseen effort. Imagine trying to express a complex thought when your mind feels like it's sifting through fog, or when the right words are just out of reach. This internal struggle can be frustrating, leading to a natural tendency to simplify, to use well-worn phrases, or to repeat what was just said or heard. Sometimes, repetition isn't just about memory. It can be a way to ensure that what they've understood or tried to convey has truly landed. It might also be a method for them to process their own thoughts, to anchor themselves in the present moment, or to find a sense of rhythm and predictability in a world that may feel increasingly chaotic. For families, witnessing this shift can be profoundly challenging. It's natural to feel a sense of loss when conversations become less rich, less reciprocal. You might experience frustration when questions are repeated, or loneliness when the vibrant personality you once knew seems to recede behind a curtain of simplified words. It can feel as if you are losing their active presence even before they are physically gone. These feelings are valid, and you are not alone in experiencing them. However, it's crucial to remember that this change in expression doesn't diminish their love or their inherent value. Their capacity to express their thoughts and feelings is limited, but their inner world, their spirit, and their connection to you often remain, even if conveyed in new, subtle ways. Adapting to this new dialogue requires patience, understanding, and a willingness to meet your loved one where they are. Instead of pushing for detailed responses, try using simple, direct questions that can often be answered with a yes or no. Allow ample time for them to process your words and formulate a response, resisting the urge to jump in and finish their sentences. Affirm their efforts, even if their communication is minimal. A gentle nod, a reassuring smile, or a simple "I understand" can convey more comfort than demanding a fuller explanation. Focus on the essence of their message, whether it's a feeling, a need, or a simple acknowledgement of your presence. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move forward. As the journey of life progresses, a profound shift in communication often emerges. Moving beyond the spoken word, you might begin to notice that a loved one expresses themselves more through gestures, a gentle squeeze of your hand, or the expressive gaze of their eyes. What once might have been a long conversation now condenses into these silent yet deeply meaningful exchanges. This isn't a loss of connection, but rather a transformation into a different, often more profound language. It is a powerful form of communication that speaks directly from the heart, offering insights into feelings and needs without uttering a single sound. Learning to recognize and interpret this new dialect is key to maintaining your bond. This shift towards nonverbal communication is often rooted in the body's changing sensory experience. As hearing or vision may gradually diminish, the traditional pathways for verbal cues become more challenging to process. Imagine trying to follow a conversation when words are muffled or faces are indistinct. The brain naturally compensates by heightening other senses. Touch, in particular, often remains a powerful and comforting sense. A hand held, a gentle pat, or a soft stroke can convey reassurance, love, and understanding in ways words cannot. This is why nonverbal cues become not just an alternative, but often the primary and most effective channel for connection, providing comfort and clarity when other senses fade. In this quiet language, a subtle squeeze of a hand can speak volumes, conveying affection, gratitude, or even a moment of recognition. A knowing glance can share a memory, a silent smile can express contentment, and a gentle sigh might communicate peace or a release of tension. These are the rich, silent messages that emerge when words become scarce, carrying deep emotional resonance. Love and comfort in this stage are often expressed beyond the confines of spoken language, felt in the warmth of a touch or the shared quiet of a moment. This nonverbal exchange reminds us that true connection transcends words, remaining vibrant and meaningful. For families, learning this new dialect of love requires patience and keen observation. It means shifting your focus from what is being said to how it is being communicated. Pay close attention to body language. A relaxed posture might indicate comfort, while restlessness could signal discomfort. Watch facial expressions for subtle cues of happiness, sadness, or peace. Listen to sounds beyond words. A hum, a sigh, or even a soft moan can convey needs or feelings. It's about listening with your eyes and heart, becoming attuned to these unspoken needs and desires. This attentive presence allows you to understand and respond in ways that truly resonate. Connecting through gentle presence means offering comfort without demanding a verbal response. Simple acts become profoundly meaningful. A gentle hand massage, a soft stroke on the arm, or just sitting quietly together. Maintain warm eye contact when possible, conveying your love and presence without overwhelming them. Keep the environment calm, avoiding overstimulation from loud noises or excessive activity. The goal is to provide a reassuring, consistent presence that communicates safety and affection. In these moments, the most powerful communication often comes through your calm energy and the silent, loving bond you share, making them feel cherished and understood. As a person approaches the final stage of life, one of the most profound shifts you may notice is a deepening silence. Your loved one might become less engaged in conversations, spending long periods simply sitting quietly or looking out a window. It's natural to wonder if they are depressed or disengaged, perhaps even feeling a sense of apathy. However, this increased quietness is often much more than simple disinterest. It signifies a profound internal shift, a natural turning inward as the body and mind begin a final, contemplative journey. This withdrawal from external interaction can be unsettling, but understanding its true nature can bring a different kind of peace. This profound silence is deeply rooted in the body's innate wisdom to conserve energy. As life nears its end, the body redirects its diminishing resources from external activities, like active conversation and social engagement, toward essential internal processes. Thinking, speaking, and even simply processing external stimuli requires significant energy. When the body is in decline, it naturally prioritizes preservation. This withdrawal is rarely a conscious choice to ignore you. It is a biological imperative, a gentle pulling away from the demands of the outside world. It is the body, and often the mind, preparing for a deeper transition, requiring quiet and rest rather than constant interaction. For the individual, this period of withdrawal can be an inner journey of reflection, processing, and gradual detachment. It is a time when the noise of the world fades, allowing for a quieter, more internalized experience. Many describe it as a natural and peaceful preparation, a sacred time for the soul to gather itself. There can be a profound sense of peace and acceptance that comes with this detachment, a calm that settles over the individual as they move away from worldly concerns. This is not a time of giving up, but rather a natural progression, a gentle letting go, often filled with quiet contemplation and a deep, unspoken serenity. For families, witnessing this deepening silence can be one of the most challenging aspects of the end-of-life journey. It is natural to feel a profound sense of loneliness, fear, or even a heartbreaking feeling of being left behind. You might miss the lively conversations, the shared jokes, or the active presence of the person you knew so well. This emotional pain is real and valid. It can feel as though your loved one is slipping away before your very eyes, and it's easy to interpret their withdrawal as a sign of their love diminishing. However, it is crucial to remember that love still exists, deep and unwavering, even when outward expression becomes minimal. When your loved one enters these periods of profound silence, your presence becomes an even more powerful gift. Instead of trying to coax them back into conversation or demanding a response, simply be there. Hold a hand gently, sit quietly by their side, or speak softly without any expectation of a reply. Play calming music, read a favorite passage, or simply share the warmth of your presence. The goal shifts from active communication to providing comfort, safety, and the unwavering assurance that they are loved and not alone. In these silent moments, your gentle touch and peaceful presence can speak volumes, conveying everything they need to feel safe and cherished. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move forward. As we come to the end of this journey, take a moment to reflect on the profound shifts in communication we've explored. We've seen how the body and mind communicate in new, often unspoken ways as life nears its final stage. We've looked at the quiet comfort found when a loved one closes their eyes to listen or speak, not out of disinterest, but from a deep need for internal processing and energy conservation. We've understood the shift toward simplified language and repetition, recognizing it as a natural cognitive slowdown, not a sign of losing their mind. We've learned to interpret the rich, silent messages conveyed through increased nonverbal cues, a gentle touch, a knowing gaze, a subtle smile. And finally, we've come to understand the deepening periods of profound silence and withdrawal as a natural, often peaceful, inner journey. These are not signs to fear, but rather the body's tender and natural preparation for a deeper transition. They are an unspoken language, asking for our understanding and presence. For many, the natural inclination is to try and reverse these changes, to fight against the current of decline. We want to encourage more talking, demand more engagement, or hope for a return to what once was. But sometimes, the greatest act of love is to shift our focus entirely. Instead of attempting to fix what is an inevitable, natural process, we can choose to enhance the quality of life in their remaining time. The goal transforms from curing to comforting, from fighting to embracing. It means accepting these new forms of communication, meeting your loved one where they are, and ensuring their days are filled with as much peace, dignity, and gentle connection as possible. This understanding allows us to let go of expectations and simply be present, offering a profound comfort that no medical intervention can provide. When you understand these signs, you are given a profound gift, the gift of informed presence. This knowledge empowers you to provide better care, make decisions rooted in compassion, and truly cherish every remaining moment. It allows you to transform potentially confusing or painful observations into opportunities for deeper connection. It's a time for holding hands, for quiet companionship, for sharing stories without the pressure of a reply. It's about letting your loved one know they are seen, heard, and deeply valued, even when words fade. This informed presence ensures that their final stage of life is not marked by fear or misunderstanding, but by the quiet comfort of love, dignity, and the profound peace of knowing they are not alone. Thank you for joining us on this important and sensitive journey. We hope these insights have brought you clarity, comfort, and a deeper understanding of the unspoken language at life's end. Your thoughts are incredibly valuable to us and to our community. Please take a moment to leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today, or perhaps a personal experience that resonated with these signs. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement to continue creating content that informs and inspires. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with others who might benefit. Your support truly helps us reach more families seeking guidance and peace. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.